Hey there, welcome to day 5 of the beginner series. I'm your coach Emma, and if you're just joining us, we have gone through 4 days of beginner kettlebell training, and this is the 5th day. So if you missed them, go ahead and check out all of the other videos linked up here and get caught up. Otherwise, today is conditioning day. We spent the last 5 days learning all of these skills that are laying a super strong foundation for eventually going on to our ballistic kettlebell training. But before we go on to that ballistic kettlebell training, let's put our skills to the test by moving quickly today. So what we're going to be doing is taking those deadlift, squatting, pressing, pulling, and push-up skills and put them all together into a really fast-paced workout. So what we'll do is our normal mobility and core activation, and then we're going to move on to a cardio circuit where we go through all of these movements that we've learned and just do them one time but for an extended period. Everything's going to be timed today. Then we're going to go on to doing deadlifts for time, lots of them in a 5-minute period. We're going to revisit that cardio we started with, and then we'll go on to our squats and push-ups and finally finish with our core exercises as we've been doing. So the idea is this is going to get your heart rate up. So if you have lots of weights available to you, you might want to drop down the weight a little bit because you're going to be moving a little faster and with less rest than before. But otherwise, just those 2 kettlebells you've been using all along, you're going to notice I'm going to go on the lighter side because I need to be able to talk while I teach, but take whatever feels right for you and make sure whatever weights you pick do not compromise your form. So with that said, let's get started with our mobility. Palms face up, small circles back. You're going to do about 10, getting bigger each time. Good. Palms face down, small circles forward. Again, about 10, getting bigger each time. And then we're going to interlace our hands behind our back, fold over those legs, and let the arms fall overhead. Stand up, sink down into your deep squat, drive the elbows into the knees, and rock back and forth. Now put one hand on the ground and reach up with the other hand and twist and open the chest. We're not hanging out down here with our arm up here. You're moving the whole chest open and reaching. Now go to the other side. And you're going to go 3 times to each side, back and forth. They can get a little faster after that first one. Good. And then we're going to fall back and come into our shin boxes. So come so your foot and your thigh are touching, your feet don't move, your hips don't move, the tops of the knees are like the top of windshield wipers as they go back and forth. And you see I'm using my core to keep myself up. If I need to, I can reach back with my hands, but this is more effective. We're going to go 3 times to each side. And then on the 4th time, you're going to squeeze the glutes and come up into hip extension. You notice my toes are untucked, so my knees are soft. And we're going to go 3 times to each side with this hip extension. I say it every workout, but if you can do this on a soft floor or carpet, the way one of my knees is hitting the hard wood, I would not recommend if you have sensitive knees. Good. 1 more to each side. And now we are going to lay back and do our glute bridging, dead bugs, and beast hold as our core activation. We're going to do 1 round of this. So you're going to start by taking a big exhale, depressing the ribs into the abdomen, lower back into the ground, and then while pressing down into the floor with your back, lift your hips up and press through the heels. And we're going to do 10 times on these glute bridges. My feet are just as wide as my hip bones. And in pressing into my heels, you can even pull your toes up. Makes it a little more challenging. 10 times here. Try to keep the front of the body zipped up. Don't let it splay open. Inhale down. Exhale up. We've got 2 more. Good, and now we're going to work our way over to single leg. 1 leg tracks up or figure 4s over the other, and 10 on each leg. These are, of course, harder. It really doesn't feel like you're going anywhere. By the end of this week, now you know what these glute bridges feel like, and you know they don't get easier. But you do sometimes feel like you're getting a little more air than other times. As you get more experience, you're able to feel like you're getting those hips off the floor more. All right, that was about 10 for me, so switch sides if you haven't already. Good. Press through that heel and try to keep your hips level with one another. And relax. Now we're going to do 20 dead bugs, so 10 on each side. Bring the arms and legs up to the middle, and now your opposite arm and opposite leg are going to extend away from each other. And the non-working arm and leg truly stay stationary. You want to imagine you're parking the moving arm and leg before the other side starts to move. And you want to keep the lower back on the ground. If you're having a hard time with that, don't kick as close to the floor, kick more towards the ceiling. And the non-working leg can pull in towards the stomach a little bit. My palms are facing each other and my thumb taps down with each rep. Awesome job. Keep going, we're about halfway there. This one's slow. It's slow and controlled. I'm really pulling my ribs into my stomach, pressing my lower back into the floor. Good. 2 more on each side. 1 more. And roll over onto all fours. We're going to do about a 30-second beast hold here. So tuck your toes underneath you, hands are underneath the shoulders. Lift your knees up just a tiny bit and hold here. Head is long, try not to let it fall down. You don't want it to be down here. You want to keep your knees close to the floor and the back long. Halfway there, 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Great work. The first thing we're going to start out with is 5 exercises that we do for 30 seconds each with little to no rest between each one. And we're doing that to start to get the heart rate up before we move on to an every minute on the minute. So what we're going to be doing is doing our overhead hold or marching that we practiced yesterday, where we pull the arm bone into the socket, reach the weight up, and march in place. All right, you can either march or you can hold or you can stand on one leg. We're going to do 30 seconds on one side, just enough time to hand it off for 30 seconds on the other. Then you're going to come down onto the floor and do a bear crawl for 30 seconds back and forth. We practiced that yesterday. I'll demo it before we do it. Then you're going to hinge down, grab one of those heavy weights, clean it up into a goblet hold, and just stand there for 30 seconds. We're not doing anything, just standing. Then you're going to pop back down and do your bear crawl back and forth for 30 seconds again. And finally, you're going to pick up both of your weights, stand with them by your sides, and march in place in a farmer's march. Now, if you have a couple extra weights available to you, I would suggest doing that farmer's march nice and heavy, because you can actually go very, very heavy with this exercise. So on that note, let's grab that light bell, get it in your right hand, get your left hand underneath, hinge down, swivel it around, press it up, and we are going to march in place. Go, timer is going. I have the timer on my end. I'll keep you updated at the halfway point and right before we're done. Pull the arm bone into the socket, straighten the elbow and reach the knuckles towards the ceiling. Great, we're halfway there. 15 more seconds, ribs stay down. Remember, if you can't march, you can just stand, or you can stand on one leg. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the weight down, put it on the floor, grab it with your left hand, right hand comes underneath, swivel it around the wrist, press it up, and go. 30 seconds again of marching. We got this. Remember, if you're marching, you want to find a moment of balance on each leg. Don't just get your leg up a little bit and kind of, no, we are slowly marching. Awesome job. You are more than halfway there. Sorry, I forgot to tell you this time. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that weight down. Get your weights out of the way. We are gonna pop down for our bear crawl. So a quick reminder of what that looks like. We start like we're a baby crawling. Opposite arm and opposite leg move at the same time. Same thing to go backwards. See this here? Except you are going to start in a beast position with your knees up and move your opposite arm and opposite leg at the same time. So come to the starting position. Ready, set, knees up, and go. Opposite arm and opposite leg move. You want to stay as low to the floor as possible. And if backing up is more than you can figure out how to do right now, just turn yourself around, crawl in a circle. Good, we're halfway there. Now, when I teach my clients how to do this in real life, I put a yoga block on their back and say, can't fall off. That's how steady you want to be. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stand up, grab that heavier bell. You are going to put it in between your heels and to get all together here, big exhale. Hips go back, grab onto the bell, clean it up, and hold for 30 seconds. Elbows go down by the hip, by the waist. Shoulders are ironed flat into the back, and I'm nice and tall. I'm not marching here. This is quite demanding on the arms and upper back, so we are just standing. You got this. We have 10 more seconds. Breathe. You can hear I'm out of breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This goes down the same way it came up. Hinge and send the hips back as you let the weight go down. Pull it out of the way. We have another set of bear crawls. Come down onto all fours. Knees come up. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm and opposite leg. Stay nice and low to the ground. If you have more space than me, that's great. I would recommend going for longer rather than shorter distances. You kind of get some momentum and get the synchronization of the arms and legs down. A little more than halfway there. We've got 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Get both of those weights on either sides of your feet. Again, if you have a heavier weight, now is the time to use them. Hinge down, grab both weights, stand up, and we are going to march in place here. Again, like when the weight was overhead, you want that knee to come up and to find balance for a second. See, my arms are sealed to the sides of my body. Elbows are straight. Shoulder blades are ironed into the back. You're halfway there. If you wanted, you could actually walk. And now the next round, if you have mismatched weights, you can see if you can remember and switch the side the heavier weight was on. It's not so important though. And 3, 2, 1. Again, they go down the same way they come up. It's a deadlift to put them down and relax. Great work. Next up, we have a fun 5-minute set. What's going to happen is I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. And starting at the 0 second mark, as soon as that timer starts, I am going to do 10 single arm deadlifts on one arm. This will take maybe half of that 30 seconds. Then we rest until the 30-second mark, and we do 10 deadlifts on the other arm. So each minute, we are doing 10 single arm deadlifts per side. So you don't have to go as heavy as you would if you were just doing 3 rounds of 10, 4 rounds of 10, because we're doing rounds of 20 actually. Both of those legs are working together. So I'm gonna go with a lighter weight than I did in the other videos, and we can get started. So you are going to go ahead and get that weight you don't need out of the way. And in 3, 2, 1, hips back, up and down, 10 times. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. We've got 13 seconds to rest. I'm going to rotate so you can see the side angle on the next round. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach down, grab that weight. The non-working arm is either flexed and up by your chest or extended out to the side. I don't want it just chilling next to you, and I certainly don't want you to push up off that leg. All right, keep both sides of the body tight. 4 more for me. Good. We have 6 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 10 on that first arm. You want to squeeze the front and the leg, back of the leg together at the same time. All right, we have 10 seconds. Switch to the other side. And you can make it explosive. You can come up fast, but remember to squeeze the front and the back of the leg together. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here you can see that tempo. Good. We have 12 seconds. So you see this takes about 20-ish seconds to get through. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. First side again. Make sure you're sending your hips back and keeping your back flat. If you don't keep your back flat, this is going to really hurt. Good. 10 more seconds. Switch the side that the bell's on, or move yourself. That's easier than moving the weight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge down, grab that weight up and down. Keep going. I have 3 more if you're keeping my tempo. Good, 10 seconds. 2 more rounds. You are more than halfway through this. We are doing awesome. 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees, hips go back. Non-working arm is tight. Do not lean on your leg with the arm that's not working, okay? That's really important. That's a mistake I see a lot. Good, switch sides, 10 more seconds. And try not to crank your chin up and look at the screen. Just count to 10 on your own, okay? 3, 2, 1. You can play around with where you want that arm. But your deadlift's probably feeling pretty strong at this point. You've done it a lot. I have 1 more, good. 10 more seconds, and then 1 more set on each side. No more deadlifts ever again. That's not true, but no more deadlifts today. And 2, 1, go. Inhale back, exhale up. Squeeze the front and the back of the leg together. I don't want to see your hips thrusting forward. I want to see your energy going up. Straighten the legs fully, okay? And switch in 8 seconds. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corkscrew that shoulder into the socket. Keep your armpit sealed up. Go into 10. And relax. Hinging is over. Great work, guys. That was 5 minutes of deadlifts. You did so many and you did them so strong. Take a second to recover. Grab the weights you used in the last set for our holds and crawls, and we are going to have a second chance to do that even better than the first time. I love this particular workout because you get a second chance to do the set, and you only had to do it 1 round, so it's not so bad. I do a version of this myself in my workouts every couple weeks. Totally great format that you can plug lots of different exercises into. So on that note, we're going to be doing the same thing. Overhead holds, crawling, Goblet hold, crawling, farmer's march. So grab that lighter weight, put it in your left hand, hinge down, grab it with the right hand, left hand goes on top, swivel it around, and press up overhead, and we're going in right now. You can either march, or you can stand still, or you can stand on one leg. If we march, we want to find that second of balance, side to side. Really important, you're halfway there. Otherwise, if you only lift your leg up a little bit, we start to get the rib flare, and we don't want that. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the weight down, put it on the floor, grab it in the left hand, right hand comes underneath, hips go back, hinge, swivel it around, press it up, and go. Non-working arm is out by your side. Again, we always want to have tension in the non-working side of the body. That's super important for all of the exercises where you hold the bell in one hand. If you don't have a good concept of how to do that, you'll never be able to do the single arm kettlebell swings and cleans. We've got 2, 1, come down. Great, push that weight out of the way. Coming down for our bear crawl. So everyone come to all fours. Knees come up and we'll get going now. Opposite arm and opposite leg move together. And again, if you have lots of space, go the furthest distance you can, and you can kind of go in a circle or just turn yourself around. If you can't handle the reverse, we're halfway there, 15 more seconds. I like this workout as one you follow along with me because I kind of am your tugboat to push you along. And we're done, relax. If you're left up to your own devices, you might not move as quickly, and you can probably handle moving this quickly. All right, grab that heavier bell, put it between your heels, big exhale, hips go back, we're doing our goblet hold, armpits sealed down, build tension in the glutes before you pull the bell up and hold. Good, ribs go down, shoulder blades are ironed into the back, armpits are sealed. You're just standing. That's it. You want your feet a little wider than mine. We're there. Good. We're at halfway now. And you want to have a long stomach, long lower back, and be looking straight ahead. Not sure what you're watching me on, but don't look up or down. Awesome. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down the way it came up into that deadlift position. Push it out of the way. We're coming back down for our bear crawls again. Onto all fours. We're going to be lifting the knees in 3, 2, 1. Propel yourself forward, opposite arm and opposite leg. And then backward. When you figure out the rhythm of going backwards, you really feel yourself being pressed. And a key to success here is going to be spreading your palms, using all 5 fingers and your palm. Good, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to walk yourself back up. Don't sit on the floor to stand up. That's a skill in and of itself. Now remember the side you had the heavier weight on last time. Try to switch it. Start with it on either side of your feet. We're going to send those hips back. Strong deadlift to stand up. And now march in place. Or stand or walk. Standing's easier, walking's harder because those weights kind of flail a little bit. But my armpits are sealed shut, long arms. Awesome work, we're halfway there. Keeping the core on. These are all core exercises. I didn't say that, but you might have noticed it by now. Heavier you go, the more it's core. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put these weights down. And take a breath. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I'm going to explain what's next. So next we have a 6-minute every minute on the minute. I love these timed workouts for keeping an appropriate tempo. What you're going to be doing is on minute 1, you will do 10 goblet squats, and then you'll rest the remainder of the minute. So you have the whole minute to do all 10. I suggest doing them with me as quickly as possible in the beginning. And remember, we elevate our heels to help us get a deeper squat. Then you are going to rest that remainder of the minute. Hopefully you have about 30 seconds of rest. And then you're going to pop down on the floor or on your elevated surface and do 10 push-ups. I want you to pick the surface you can get 10 good push-ups out on. I'm gonna be doing them on an elevated surface here today. If you feel like that's what you need, do it. So I want you to grab your goblet squat weight, get your mat set up for having elevated heels. Remember, roll it in a really tight roll to about the halfway mark, or get some squat wedges for your heels. You might have decided to invest in those already. And we will get going in 1 second. So we've got 10 goblet squats followed by 10 push-ups, each on the minute. Get yourselves ready for those goblet squats, heels elevated. Get the weight between your feet, and we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Clean it up and down 10 times. Remember, you want those knees to track in line with your feet, and you want to feel yourself sinking straight down. If you're leaning really far forward, take the elevation under your heels. I've got 4 more. Come off your heel elevation before you hinge and put that weight down. Awesome job. We have 32 seconds here. So wherever you're at, keep going. We want to get all 10 of those reps out. I'm taking it fairly light so I can talk and move, but you could potentially go with the heavier weight you've been doing all your squats with. All right, we have 15 seconds coming up, and we're going to be doing those push-ups. So whether you do them on the floor, a bench, a wall, they're all still push-ups. We all start in the push-up position. We'll do them in 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 push-ups here. Elbows come out at a 45-degree angle. My squat wedges are a bit in the way. These should go pretty fast. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep the body long and tight. Good. You're moving as one unit. We've got 33 seconds on the timer here. Now, remember, we're doing 6 minutes in total. That means 3 rounds of each. This actually isn't the most intense part for the workout, but we are a little tired, so it was an appropriate thing to fit in now. We've got 15 seconds on the timer right now. Excuse me, itching my nose, very itchy today. We've got the allergies despite being fall in New York. All right. Get ready for those squats. Get your heels up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean the bell up. And if maybe you're very tired, just do body weight squats, okay? Control down, come up slow or fast. There's value in both. Inhale down, exhale up. The mechanics are the same. The tempo impacts how it feels and what you get out of it. Good, those are my 10. We've got 32 seconds on the timer here. Y'all are doing awesome. We're halfway through our 6 rounds, coming up on our 2nd round of push-ups. I have had a little bit of a shoulder issue, so you might notice I'm taking these push-ups nice and slowly. Do them at whatever speed works for you, okay? We've got 10 seconds. If you're on an elevated surface, try to bring your chest close to that surface. We've got 3, 2, 1. Tuck the pelvis under a little bit, squeeze the core, squeeze the legs, squeeze the butt. Everything is tight and moves together. And pull those shoulders away from your ears. 10 times. Good work. We have 35 more seconds until we hit our last round of squats. Then we'll have our last round of push-ups and move on to some core. This workout hasn't been so bad. And if you liked it and maybe thought it wasn't hard enough, I would super encourage you to revisit it next week with heavier weights. Okay? This workout is the difficulty of this workout is decided largely by your weight selection. All right, we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squats. 36 seconds on the timer there before we have our final set of push-ups. And another way you can kind of progress this week to week is after a few weeks, if you repeat it, add more time to this timer, go for 8 minutes instead of 6, 10 minutes, you get more rounds. We've got 15 seconds left before our final set of push-ups. 10 more seconds. Get yourself ready. If you don't have 10 full push-ups, do whatever you have in the tank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Send your weight into your heels. Press the hands into the surface or the floor. Keep everything tight. Bend the elbows. Up and down. Elbows come out at a 45-degree angle. Hands are right under or in front of my shoulders. They're not much wider than my shoulders. Inhale down, exhale up. Awesome, 30 seconds left. You have the rest of the minute to get your 10 out, but you did amazing today. We are gonna finish with a quick bit of core where you do 30 seconds of beast holds with the kettlebell drag and straight leg dead bugs. So I will demonstrate those. They're both new, both very spicy, and if you don't have the full version of it, don't worry, you can do one of the regressions that we learned. So clear your chair or bench out of the way if you had it, flatten your mat back out, and I'm going to demonstrate what we'll do next. The first exercise we're going to do is a beast hold with a kettlebell drag. So what you'll do is you will bring your kettlebell down underneath your chest, come to all fours over the kettlebell, and you're just watching right now. Knees come up a tiny bit, and you're going to drag the kettlebell, pulling it to the outside, and then switch sides. The key here is going to be wedging yourself between your grounded hand and the opposite foot, that diagonal wedge, so you have balance as you pull side to side. We'll hold for 30 seconds. If that's too challenging, just hold the beast position, okay? Don't worry about the kettlebell drag. The other exercise we're going to do is a kettlebell dead bug. You're gonna take that weight up overhead, bring your legs up, and then the hardest version is gonna be shifting your arms back and lowering one leg at a time, keeping it as straight as possible while keeping your leg on the ground, or keeping your back on the ground. All right, if that's too challenging, bring the weight just straight up overhead, bend the knees, and you could either do a 90-90 heel tap, you could do a dead bug leg, something where you're bringing your leg back to the bent position is gonna make it much easier. So I am going to go ahead and hit start on my little timer here, and we are going to do 2 rounds of 30 seconds each, because that is just the best way of finishing off a workout like this. So come to all fours over that bell, lift the knees up and go, dragging the bell from one side to the other. Try to resist much movement in your body by really wedging your opposite hand and opposite knee together, or into the floor. Good. We're more than halfway there. Keep those knees low to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees come down, grab the bell, and roll onto your back. Bell comes up overhead, legs come up, arms shift back just a tiny bit, and go one leg at a time, lowers down, keeping that core nice and tight. Awesome. Legs stay as straight as possible. Try to lead with the heel. Halfway there. Keep going. Straighten the arms out if you can. They don't have to be super straight, but it'll just be a little easier. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the bell down. Roll back over onto all fours. Get the bell under the chest. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tuck the toes, knees come up, and go. Really wedge yourself between the opposite arm and foot. We're doing a lot of what we call contralateral movements, where we're focusing our attention on our opposite hand and foot. That's what our dead bug is. That's what our beast hold is, or a bear crawl is. Good, you're more than halfway there. Great work. Try to stay low. You'll see I'm migrating up if you're watching, but try to keep those knees low. And 3, 2, 1. Good. One more exercise. Roll onto your back. One more set of these straight leg kicks. Arms come up, shift back a little bit, legs straighten out as much as possible, lower one at a time. If you can't keep your back on the ground, if this hurts your lower back, bend the knees and do the 90-90 heel tap version, okay? Whatever version you take, I don't want you to feel any pain. Awesome job. We have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Pull that bell down. You can stay right where you are. You just completed 5 full days of kettlebell training. It doesn't matter what level you showed up on day 1 as, you know more than you started with, and that is an amazing gift, and I'm very happy to share it with you because I am very much of the mentality that we should all learn how to move and learn how to exercise safely and properly. You don't have to be a trainer to know what to do. Many trainers don't even know what to do. So I like to empower everyone I work with to learn how to do things on their own, because you need to be able to exercise your entire life. And you can't always have a trainer your whole life or be a part of a program your whole life. Sometimes you just need to know what to do on your own. So on that note, if you enjoyed these 5 days, which I certainly hope you did, please check out my free beginner kettlebell guide at emmabefit.com. It's linked right below in the notes. And of course, I have a program where we go on to learn all of the big kettlebell exercises: the swing, the single arm clean, the Turkish get-up, the snatch, the push press. We get into tons of body weight exercises that we didn't get here. We get unilateral stuff. I mean, the program is amazing. It is my baby, and she teaches you everything you need to know about kettlebell training. The next group starts in early January, so if you go onto my website, you can pop yourself onto the wait list, and if you sign up for the free kettlebell guide, you will get an email telling you about the program as soon as it launches. We'll be able to sign up starting at the end of the month, and I can't wait to see you again. Of course, if you participated in the program and took any videos, please tag me on Instagram at Emma Benoli, and I will give you feedback. I never give free feedback, so this is a big deal. So go ahead and tag me in your videos, even if you already did them, and I'll let you know how you did, because after just 1 week of kettlebell training, I hope you are now addicted and intrigued and want to keep going. On that note, let's roll onto our backs. Pull the legs into the chest and do a few gentle circles in each direction. Good. 5 in the other direction. And I want you to pull your right leg into your chest and put your left leg on the ground in front of you. Bring the right leg to the left side and bring the arms out to a T. If you need to, you can bend the arm at the elbow if you're going to hit something. And look towards your right and just breathe and relax. Breathe the relaxation into the whole body. And then roll back to the middle. Pull the left leg into the chest and put the right leg on the floor in front of you. Bring the left leg to the right side of the body. Bring the arms out into a T and look to your left. And breathe and relax. Roll back to the middle. Figure 4, one leg over the other. Grab onto the thigh and pull it into your chest. You can push on the knee as you pull on the thigh. And then take it on the other side. Pull on the thigh at first. And then when things start to relax, you can push on your knee as you pull on your thigh. And relax. And sit up, and that is it. Congratulations again on making it to the end of the week. I hope you have a super strong weekend and enjoy your new skills that you've learned. Of course, comment below, let me know what you thought of the program and if you liked it, and if you'd like more. I am so excited to continue working with you. Have an amazing, strong day.